Yo, what is up everybody, it's Kay here. Today we're diving into something life-changing. We're talking about how to gain attention and influence anywhere you go. Alright, are you ready? Let's do this. Okay, first up, being decisive. Have you ever been in a situation where someone asks you what you want to eat and you're just like, I don't know, anything's fine? Yeah, we've all been there. But the thing is, when you're not decisive, it can actually make you seem less confident and less influential. Think about it. Leaders, influencers, those people who just command a room, they know what they want. So how do you become more decisive? It's all about taking a moment to actually think things through. Weigh your options, consider the pros and cons, and then own your decision. Trust me, when you start being more decisive, people will take notice. And that, my friends, is how you start to gain some serious influence. Alright, tip number 2 is all about your voice. Your voice is one of the most powerful tools you have when it comes to communication. And no, I'm not talking about singing lessons. Although singing can help you understand pitch and tone. I'm talking about the way you speak, the rhythm, the tone, the volume, and the clarity of your speech. Have you ever noticed how some people just have that way of speaking that makes you want to listen? It's almost like they have a magnetic pull. It's like they could read you the phone book and you'd be hanging on their every word. Their voice has a certain charm and authority. Well, a lot of that comes down to how they control their speech. First, slow down. Speaking too quickly can make you seem nervous or unsure. When we get nervous or excited, it's natural to speed up, but try to resist that urge. Take a deep breath and pace yourself. Speaking slower makes you sound more confident and in control. It also helps you to articulate your thoughts more clearly. Plus, it gives people time to actually process what you're saying. They can follow your ideas more easily and stay engaged. Second, be deliberate with your words. Think about what you want to say before you say it. Choose language that's clear, concise, and impactful. Avoid filler words and get straight to the point. And don't be afraid to use pauses for emphasis. Pauses can give your audience a moment to digest what you've said. A well-placed pause can add so much weight to your words. It can make your message more memorable and impactful. Okay, this next tip might seem obvious, but trust me, it's a game changer. Be a good listener. I know you're probably thinking, duh, Mr. Beast, I already listen to people. But here's the thing. There's a difference between hearing someone and truly listening to them. When you're genuinely engaged in a conversation, you're not just waiting for your turn to talk. You're actively listening to what the other person is saying, asking clarifying questions, and showing them that you're invested in what they have to say. Think about the people in your life who you consider to be charismatic or influential. Chances are they're all great listeners. They make you feel heard and valued, and that's a powerful thing. Tip number 4. Keep the conversation flowing. Alright, let's talk about conversations. Have you ever been stuck talking to someone who jumps from topic to topic like they're playing hopscotch with their words? It's exhausting, right? And it definitely doesn't make you want to keep talking to them. On the other hand, when you can maintain a smooth flow in your conversations, it shows that you're a clear thinker who can connect ideas in a way that's engaging and easy to follow. So how do you do that? First, be mindful of transitions. Instead of abruptly changing the subject, try to find a natural segue from one topic to the next. Second, don't be afraid to ask follow-up questions. It shows that you're paying attention and genuinely interested in what the other person has to say. Tip number 5, don't sweat the small stuff. Okay, this next tip is all about developing a thick skin. It's about learning to let go of the little things that can easily bog you down. Let's face it, not everyone is going to like you, and that's okay. In fact, it's completely normal. You can't please everyone, and trying to do so will only exhaust you. What's important is that you don't let negativity or criticism get to you. Instead, focus on the positive feedback and constructive criticism that can help you grow. Think about it. Do you think Oprah Winfrey got to where she is today by letting every little comment get under her skin? Absolutely not. Nope. She learned to brush off the haters and focus on her own goals. She kept her eyes on the prize and didn't let the naysayers distract her. So how do you develop this superpower of not taking things personally? It starts with self-awareness and understanding your own value. First, remember that not everyone's opinion of you is a reflection of your worth. Your value is intrinsic and not determined by others. People's opinions are often shaped by their own experiences and biases, which have nothing to do with you. Understanding this can help you detach from their judgments. And finally, don't be afraid to laugh at yourself. embrace your imperfections and see the humor in your mistakes. Being able to make fun of your own mistakes shows that you're confident and secure in who you are. It also makes you more relatable and approachable to others. Tip number 6. Master the art of strategic presence. Alright, this tip might sound a little counterintuitive, but trust me on this one. You don't always have to be the center of attention to be influential. In fact, the most influential people often know when to step back and let others take the spotlight. This doesn't mean you should be passive, but rather strategic in your presence. In fact, sometimes, taking a step back can actually make you seem more confident and in control. It shows that you are secure enough in your own abilities that you don't need to dominate every conversation or situation. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how the quietest person in the room is often the one who commands the most respect? This is because they choose their moments to speak wisely, and when they do, people listen. That's because they're not trying to prove anything to anyone. They exude a quiet confidence that speaks volumes without saying a word. They're comfortable with themselves and their own company. This self-assuredness is magnetic and draws people in. So, how do you master the art of strategic presence? It starts with self-awareness and understanding the impact of your actions and words. First, be mindful of how much space you're taking up. This isn't just physical space, but also conversational space. If you're constantly talking over people or trying to one-up everyone's stories, you're going to come across as insecure, not influential. Instead, listen more than you speak. Second, learn to be comfortable with silence. Silence can be powerful and can give you a moment to gather your thoughts. Don't feel the need to fill every pause in the conversation. Sometimes a well-placed pause can add weight to your words and make your message more impactful. Sometimes a little bit of silence can actually be a good thing. It allows others to process what has been said and can lead to more meaningful and thoughtful interactions. Alright, let's talk about something that can be a real minefield when it comes to influence politics. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have opinions on important issues, of course you should. But when it comes to building relationships and gaining influence, it's often best to stay politically neutral. Think about it. When you take a strong stance on a divisive issue, you're inevitably going to alienate some people. So, how do you stay above the fray? First, be respectful of other people's opinions, even if you don't agree with them. Remember, everyone is entitled to their own beliefs. Second, try to find common ground. Even if you have different political views, there are probably other things you can connect with people on. Tip number 8, rise above the gossip. Okay, this next tip is all about integrity. Avoid gossiping. I know it can be tempting to indulge in a little bit of gossip every now and then. But the truth is, talking negatively about others makes you look bad, plain and simple. Think about it. When you gossip, you're essentially betraying someone's trust. You're sharing information that was shared with you in confidence, and that's not cool. Plus, it makes you seem untrustworthy and petty. So, how do you resist the urge to gossip? First, be mindful of the company you keep. If you're surrounded by people who love to gossip, it's going to be harder to resist. Try to surround yourself with people who are positive and uplifting. Second, if someone starts gossiping to you, politely change the subject. Tip number 9, become a social scientist. Okay, this tip is all about self-awareness. Analyze your interactions. Think about it. Every time you interact with someone, you're giving them a glimpse into who you are. Your words, your body language, your overall demeanor, it all sends a message. So how do you become more aware of the message you're sending? First, pay attention to how people react to you. Do they seem engaged in your conversations? Do they smile when you walk into the room? Or do they seem distant or uncomfortable? Second, ask for feedback from trusted friends or mentors. Let them know that you're working on improving your social skills, and ask them to be honest with you about how you're coming across. Tip number 10, don't take yourself too seriously. Alright, we've made it to the final tip, and it's a big one. Have a sense of humor about yourself. Look, none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes, we all say stupid things, and we all have those moments where we just want to crawl under a rock and disappear. But here's the thing. Being able to laugh at yourself is one of the most endearing qualities a person can have. It shows that you're confident, down to earth, and not afraid to be vulnerable. So, how do you develop a sense of humor about yourself? First, try not to take yourself too seriously. Remember, life is a journey, and it's supposed to be fun. So there you have it, my friends. 10 tips to gain attention and influence anywhere you go. I hope you found this video helpful. Remember, becoming more influential isn't about manipulating people or being someone you're not. It's about being the best version of yourself and using your unique skills and talents to make a positive impact on the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.